welcome to Nina's Knots Crochet. I'm Lynanne. If you're new here, hey, thanks for stopping by and checking out my channel. My channel, well, it's all about crochet. Sometimes we talk about yarn, or some gadget, or something cool, fun happening in the yarning community, or my life, or sports, or anything else that, you know, yarny friends talk about whenever they get a few minutes to sit down and chat. Returning subscribers, thanks so much for coming back, spending a little bit of your Monday with me. Hope everybody had a great weekend. It was an okay weekend for us. It was a 50-50 weekend. World Series was cool. Friday, Saturday, one game each. That was cool. Saturday football turned out pretty well. IU won again. 7-0, baby. Tennessee won. That was good. They beat Kentucky. That state line rivalry thing they got going on. So that was good. They looked really, really impressive in that game. And then Sunday came around and the Bears pooped the bed. Yeah, you can't win them all. But you know what? When they were winning 4 in a row, it's kind of like, they right back to their old ways. It was very depressing. It was a very sad day around here yesterday. So, but the Colts won. Now, I am a casual Colts fan. I am more a Bears fan, but I am a casual Colts fan because, listen, I'm from Indiana. And if you're not a Colts fan in Indiana, you're shunned from the club. You don't get to be a part of Indiana. So, only kidding. I do watch the Colts. They have some really good players who I watched as they were in college. Quinn, I can't think of his... He was a lineman for Notre Dame, and we wanted him so bad for the Bears, but the Colts got him before the Bears could get him. So I watch him, and I'm a big fan of Pat McAfee and Jeff Saturday and some of the, and of course Peyton Manning, but you know, there's a lot of other really cool players on the Colts. Really happy for Daniel Jones. He's doing so well. Despite what everybody has said about him, he's come into Indianapolis and really discovered himself. So a lot of good things happening there. And I crocheted. But I gotta tell you, it's been a saga of crochet this weekend. First of all, I do have a finished object. I finished my, well, it's not completely finished because I have to still put a heart on it. But I have a bag of little hearts. In here, and I can't remember what I did with it, but I will find it. I think it's in that pile right there. I have piles getting ready to go to people, and I think I put it in this pile that is going to somebody that's going to be one of my square fairies, and I think it's in that pile. So I think it's at the bottom of that pile. But I'm going to take just a little heart because for me, every blanket that I sent to Boggy Creek, and I've been doing this for 3 years now, they have a heart on them just to show that there's a little bit of extra love put into this blanket for them. And so that's been my thing, that I put hearts on all my blankets. Thanks to somebody had sent me a whole bunch of squares that were hearts. And I said, from now on, that's it. Every blanket coming out of my house for Boggy Creek will have a heart on it. And then I had some really amazing subscribers send me actual heart appliques to put on so I can put them on other blankets that weren't necessarily square blankets. So I have a bunch of hearts. I have some smiley faces, hearts, stars. I think that's it. Hearts, stars, and smiley faces. So anyway, every blanket that I've made, whether it's either through squares or blankets that I've made that aren't square blankets, like my Luck of the Draws or whatever, I've put a heart on them at some point. So that's why I say this one isn't completely finished, because I still have the heart still on it. But I did finish my Nana June. And I love how this turned out. Gosh, isn't that pretty? The yarn I used is the Everyday Anti-Pilling Bobbins from Premier Yarns, which the yarn itself is beautiful. It's splitty as heck. But if you can get past that, if you're willing to slow it down a little bit, this yarn is beautiful, and it's anti-pilling and it's soft. and the colors are just, you know, I started with the light, went to the dark, and then ended in the light. And then I did this is where I sat on this for a couple of hours trying to think about what kind of a border I wanted to put on it. Did I want to put a fancy border on it? Did I want to do picots? Did I want to do some? Then I realized the blanket itself is just so beautiful. It stands on its own. I just did a half double crochet row in the dark just to give it like a little bit of a frame all the way around, so that the blanket itself is the work of art and not the frame, because I think it just, okay, so if you don't know what this pattern is, this is a pattern by Juan the Yarn Addict. He has a tutorial on his channel. Plus, there is a written pattern on Ravelry for free. You can get this one for free on Ravelry if you are more of a written pattern person. I'll link his channel in the description box below. And then if you go to this tutorial, you'll find the link to go to the Ravelry store to get the printed version. He made this blanket. He designed this blanket in memory of one of our BOGGY Blanket Brigade members, Nana June. She passed away a little while ago, and he made this blanket in memory of her because she was a huge part of the BOGGY Blanket Brigade. She did 50 blankets herself last year. So we're going to miss her spirit. Her daughter is still around, Cherry. Hi, Cherry. And we love the memory of Nana June. And so, yeah, we are really thrilled with this blanket. So we're collecting these blankets also. These aren't necessarily going to be separated. We're just going to take account of how many we got this year in this actual design. So adding one more to it. It's a really easy 4-row repeat. If you could, and somebody said, oh, it looks too complicated. It's a square blanket where you're using like a granny stitch, but it's 4 stitches instead of 3. It's 4. Twins in a stitch, you know, which is basically a V-stitch without the chain in between, and the X stitch. It is so easy. Juan's tutorials are very, very, very easy to understand. He goes slow enough that you can see what he's doing, but not so slow that they're boring. He does a really, really good job with his tutorials. This pattern, if you are thinking, yeah, it looks complicated, it's a beautiful pattern done with simple stitches. And that's the beauty of this blanket. You don't have to make it for Boggy Creek. You can make it for yourself. I think this would be like if you have a wedding shower coming up, and if you wanted to do this in a solid color, it would be beautiful as a shower gift for, you know, somebody, or somebody going off to college next year and you wanted to give them something, a little piece of home, make this for them to be something snuggly. And again, because it's in the round, you could do this with any weight yarn. If you wanted, I did it in 4 weight, but you could do it in sport weight. You could do it in fingering weight. It would take you forever and a day if you did it in fingering weight, but you could do it. You could do it in bulky weight, and it would be done. If you did it in blanket yarn, bing, bang, boom, you've got a blanket in a day, because it's really, this 40 by 40 square, which it took me a while because, you know, I always work on other things, right? I'm not monogamous. I can't do that. But it didn't take me very long, and it's going to be a beautiful blanket for some lucky girl at Camp Boggy Creek. So I'm going to set this aside, pull out my hearts and make sure that heart gets put on it, but that is done. So then the rest of the weekend, I started and stopped and started and stopped and started and stopped about 12 projects. I kid you not. I'm really struggling at this point. I know what I want to make. I have found this beautiful pattern for it's a rectangular wrap that is more of a throw than a wrap. It's beautiful. I think it's very adaptable. But I'm struggling to find the right yarn for it. The pattern designer did it in a solid color. I don't have a problem with solid colors. It just, everything I pick out in a solid color makes it so stiff. I want something flowy. So I think what I'm going to do, I have another couple other choices that I'm going to do. I think I'm going to try to use some of my booze. I haven't worked in any of my bamboo yarn in a really long time. And it's calling me. So I think I'm going to try it today or tomorrow. Today I got to work on socks. Tomorrow I think I'm going to try it in some bamboo yarn, but I'm going to go up a half a hook size. I might go up an entire hook size and see if that doesn't help me with the drape that I'm looking for this really, really a beautiful pattern. I'm going to make it larger than the pattern. I can see this laying on the end of somebody's bed. So it's one where it's a certain set width, but you can make it as long as you want. So the width is perfect. It's about 26 inches wide, which is a really good width. She's in the pattern, she stops at about 60 inches. No, maybe not even that long. I'll tell you how long it is in the pattern because I have it everywhere. My poor husband, I've taken over his iPad, and it's on my phone, it's on my iPad, it's on his iPad, because wherever I am, I pick up whatever electronic device is around and I look at it. So it's, okay, so it's 20 inches wide by 56 inches long. So the 20 inches, I can make that a little bit wider, which is no big deal. So I'm going to add some width to it. I know I can figure out where to add the extra stitches. I'm going to make it longer, way longer than the 56 inches. I'm probably going to make it about 80 inches long because that way it'll look beautiful draped over the edge of a bed. It's gorgeous. I love, 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 love the stitch pattern and the way that it's designed. It's something I haven't seen recently. So once I can get it going, we'll talk more about it. But this has been driving me crazy all weekend. I have done it in chunky yarn. I have done it in 4-weight yarn. I have done it in DK weight yarn. It's just, honestly, I think it's yarn choice and yarn hook size. I think I need to go up a hook size. I'm coming to the conclusion that maybe quite possibly I might be a tight crocheter, because it seems like everything comes out so stiff unless I go up hook sizes. But anyway, so I've been struggling with that. And then you saw me last week I was working on the Bahama wrap that I love, 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 love the idea of it. And I'm managing to know how to do a chevron in Tunisian crochet. I hate my yarn choice. It's boring. Not to say that the yarn itself isn't beautiful, because it is. I'm using a skinny cake in the colorway Baked Alaska, which is grays and creams. It's beautiful. But it is so monotonous and so boring that no. So I'm going to set that aside and pick out some other yarn for that. I really think, because even in the one that she did, Tony, TL Yarn Craft, it's her pattern. She did it in a changing color yarn in a really beautiful, bright colors and fun. And I think that's what I need to do, because this, in the blacks and the grays and the creams, it's like, wah, wah. There's no color in my life, and it's not as engaging as I was hoping it was going to be. So love the pattern, love the idea of it. I need to find a really pretty variegated. Honestly, I think I might try. I know that's even too boring. I want something bright. I just want to work on something bright and fun. And so far, my yarn choice has not been bright and fun. I'm picking out colors. Even the socks that I'm working on, they're starting to bore me because it's the same green over and over and over and over and over. It's like, God darn it, I want to do something else. I don't want to look at this stupid green color anymore. So I'm struggling with that. I did pull out some of the Temu yarn that I got. It looks very Mardi Gras to me. But again, I love the pattern. You guys, seriously, I have bought over this weekend probably 5 patterns and started them and put them aside because I can't get the yarn choice correct. And it seems to me that that's a big part of this, that you have to pick the right yarn to do with the right projects. And lately it seems like I'm really struggling with that idea. So that's how I feel. So I did listen, I got my Dana June done. I'm close to finishing. Actually, I didn't even say close. I'm almost to the point where I'm splitting off for the heel. It'll probably take me the rest of this week to finish the socks because, again, like I said, I'm to the point where it's like, oh, I don't want to do the green is driving me crazy. I don't want to do this green anymore. I don't want to do it, but I'm gonna finish them. Maybe just not by the end of the week. I don't know. I'm gonna try real hard. I have a bunch of projects that I need to do. I'm having lunch tomorrow with some of my yarn fairies who are going to take my squares, so I'm excited about that. Tom has lab work Wednesday morning, so my video on Wednesday is going to get out kind of late. But don't worry, there will be a video Wednesday because I have a yarn order to show you. And let's see. I'm hosting BOGGY this week. So come over for some Halloween shenanigans on Boggy Creek unboxing on Wednesday. And then I don't know what we're going to do on Friday. Just probably sit and talk. My plan today was I wanted to do my video outside. Yeah, it rained last night and my cushions are soaking wet. I was like, oh man, today would have been a good day because it's not super sunny and the sun wouldn't have been in my eyes. I guess we're in for a really big change in the weather pattern here. I think everybody is. I heard they're talking about snow already up in the upper Midwest, and it's going to be next Saturday here. The high is going to be 64. Yikes. I mean, a week ago it was 90, and next week it's going to be in the 60s. What are you going to do, right? So anyway, I'm going to let you get back to your Monday, guys. Wish me luck. I am going to spend some time in my yarn room today. I am going to find the perfect yarn. I know I have it somewhere. I have all of this yarn and all of that yarn and all of that yarn. Somewhere in here, I have the right yarn to do these projects that I want to do. That I think this wrap that I want to do for Billy's auction, I think is going to be spectacular if I can find the right yarn. Keep your fingers crossed that I do, and don't lose my mind in the meantime. But so that's what my plan is for today. Working on socks. They're more like slipper socks. And working on getting the right yarn choice. I have squares to finish packing up. I'm doing a yarn swap with it's one of those you're paired up with a stranger. And it was through Skeen Yarn Shop in Rhode Island. I'm part of their swap. So I've got all the yarn pulled. I just have to get them in the little bags and get it in the mail by next week. So there's all these little things that I got to do. it's still figure out a way to get this over the hump. Because that hump is getting bigger and bigger. I'm okay, really. I am okay. This is going to be fine. I got this. One day at a time. Take a deep breath. It's all right. So I'm reminding you, it's okay. Take care of yourself. Give yourself that little bit of grace. Things will fall into place. It'll be okay. No matter what the world is doing around us. Keep your little corner of the world okay. We'll be all right. Be kind to yourself, but above all, be kind to everyone out there, because you just never know what they're going through. And I will see you tomorrow for Tunisian Tuesday. I got stuff to show you. Have a good one.